Luke Taylor here with your Whale Sports video update, and it's hard to believe that it's already the winter sports season. It seemed the fall sports drug on for just a few extra weeks, but already now we're in mid-action of the basketball, wrestling, swimming, you name it. And we want to be quite right here at the Whale if we didn't at least prepare you viewers and you listeners for what you're going to see out there on the courts or in the pools or down the lanes this sports season. So let's kick it off with your winter sports preview, and we'll start with the girls basketball team. Ken Welk back for his 20th year. He does a phenomenal job of getting those girls out year in, year out. Last year they were 6-7, one win away from the state tournament, and it was considered a down year for Kenny, so that tells you something about that program. They kicked things off last week already with the win against rival Mount Vernon, and great things for them to come. They're going to pressure the ball. They're going to do the things that you want to see out of high school athletes, real up-tempo, real push the pace, and a lot of fun to watch. Moving over to the pool, the boys swim team, they're going to start their 10th season under head coach Leslie Mix. And, that's kind of the trend around Anacortes, that you've got a lot of coaches that have been here for a while and are starting to really get their programs where they want to go. The first couple years, they're kind of feeling things out, getting the right athletes, getting what they want to do set up. Now, all these coaches at Anacortes High School should really have the ball rolling. Coach Mix is no exception. Year in, year out, her teams are always competitive at the state levels. They're going to have a lot of seniors back swimming in the pool and a lot of fast underclassmen racing through the water, so things are pretty exciting for them up at the Aquatic Center. Boys wrestling, Coach Jim McNally, one of the exceptions, his second year as the head coach, and you got to love what he says in the paper. He says, quote, "I'm tired of people looking at Anacortes on the schedule. I'm tired of people, wanting to face us." McNally says, we've had enough. And he's got the senior group led by P.J. Johnson, Lucas Papadakis, Colby Wright. The list continues. Andrew Bolton, all those guys, great wrestlers and great athletes. And Coach McNally's really excited. He had a lot of players who were on the football team, about 15 guys who were playing late. And he's really excited to finally get them in the mat room. They're going to kick things off this week. So a big year ahead for them with a lot of great senior leadership on that wrestling squad. And then the boys basketball team, Coach Senf, Coach Brett Senf, in his fourth year here at Anacortes, they fell one win short of getting to that district spot last year. And if you make the districts in the Northwest Conference, it's a pretty big deal. Okay, 5 teams made districts, and then 4 teams advanced to state. Those 4 teams, all from the Northwest Conference, finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th at the state tournament. So they all finished top 8. You had Mount Baker, Linden, and then of course Burlington and Squalicum. But Coach Senf, in talking to him, he says, hey, Squalicum's a little bit down. They're still great, but they might not compete for a state title this year. Burlington, they were in the state championship against Squalicum last year. They're still great, but they might not compete for state championships. We've got a great senior bunch, led by those football players, and you guys all know them: Hardesty, Kirkpatrick, Hayes, Medallia. Those 4 football players are going to start along with Matt Welliver on the squad, and they should be real up-tempo, just like the girls, a little smaller and undersized, but should have a great year. And we should point out, they already picked up their first victory over Mount Vernon. Always tough to win over there, but they kind of blew the socks off the Mount Vernon Bulldogs, and Matt Welliver was actually the Rockfish Grill player of the game. Matt had 24 points on the night, put together a really solid performance with Jackson Kirkpatrick, one of those seniors, on the bench in foul trouble. So a great year ahead for Seahawk Athletics here in the winter. A lot of experience coming back in the senior leadership and a lot of experience with the coaches. They should make a good run for Anacortes. The fall season was great, but it's over, and it's time now to get ready for the winter sports. Again, I'm Luke Taylor with your Whale Video Sports Update.